Hey guys, welcome back to CD's Automotive and Repair. Today's video, if you already guessed it, we are replacing a oil pressure switch, or in other words named as oil pressure setting unit. Basically the same thing. Now this varies. It's about the same thing you're going to have to do just about every vehicle. It may be a little bit different. It may be a little bit location, may be a little bit different than what this vehicle is. But pretty much how to replace it is the same exact thing. So here we have a 92 Chevrolet S10 2.8 V6 5-speed, and we're going to be replacing the oil pressure switch, which is located right down here. As you can see it right here, this whole switch right there. And to get that switch off, you have to have a special socket. You can get that at any local auto parts stores, and I paid about $11 and some change for mine, which is a little pricey just for one socket. You have to have a specific socket in order to change this switch. Now some of them are short, some of them are long, like this one. I know on the 4.3s, they're located on the back, so they are a little bit easier to get to on those. They're somewhere, I believe, next to the distributor or EGR, somewhere back there. But anyhow, alright, so tools you're going to need are a 1/2 drive ratchet, or you can use a 3/8, but a 3/8 will not fit this socket because it's made for a half drive. So you can get this extension. What it does is it changes it from a 1/2 to a 3/8, so you can use a 3/8 ratchet. It goes on here, and then this part goes inside the socket. So you take this little guy out, and you break the tabs off. Take this, stick it in there just like that, and put the ratchet on there, and away you go. Now inside of there, as you can see, it's got the same design as the switch. I think the switch was around $31 and some change. I believe it's lifetime warranty. Let's see here. Part number is PS168, and the camera's not wanting to focus. But anyhow, Duralast, AutoZone. So it goes just like this inside that socket, just like so. Snug fit. Actually, it should go in just a little bit further than that. There it goes. Just like that. It's actually supposed to go. Alright, so let's go ahead and ratchet together, and we'll start taking this sucker out. Alright, so before you get everything to it, you want to go ahead and unplug it. Now, you want to make sure that you do this on a cold vehicle, or if you drove it, make sure it's cooled down before you start taking this apart, because oil will come out of here and it will be hot, and you'll get it on your hands, and that won't feel too great. So, now, numbers of reasons that these fail are you get inaccurate oil pressure readings, or say it doesn't have any oil pressure. It'll be at 0, or it'll be at 80 or so. Now this one is right up here, and I know that cannot be right. When I cold start this thing, it maxes out to flipping 80 psi, which is not a good thing, because if your vehicle does do that, that is not a good thing at all. You think that when you see that, oh, it's got good oil pressure. No, that's not. That means that the oil pump screen inside is clogged, and it's forcing oil pressure, which will eventually burn the engine out, which is not great. So yeah. So that being, when these things fail, like I said, they will either show inaccurate or too much oil pressure, or sometimes nothing at all, and you think you have no oil pressure. But another thing is when they fail, if you can see that, let me see if I can zoom in. If you see that oil inside that sensor, that tells you dead giveaway right there. That sensor's shot. It's done for. Because once it gets stuff inside that plug, and you can see it's all over my hands. I'm about to blow this out with an air gun, so it doesn't mess up the wiring. Hopefully it didn't mess up the wiring, but there is oil all in that. So that is toast. Alright guys, so this has been a pain. For some reason, the switch that's on this truck does not fit this socket. Now, to me, this is the only socket that I could find at the local auto parts store, in order for this to work. But for some reason, today just hasn't been my day, and well, the outer diameter, there's like a little sleeve on the end of that switch down there, and it hits this socket and won't let it go all the way on. So I had to take between a crescent wrench and a adjustable pliers. Lordy, it finally came out, so thought I'd record and show you guys me taking it out and twist it by hand now. Now some oil may come out. That's normal, don't freak out. Pull it all the way out. And here's what we got. Looks like it's been leaking for a while, and these do crack. Some of them are plastic. This housing could be plastic, and they'll crack and start leaking, and you'll have a major oil leak, and you're wondering where it's coming from, and it could be this switch all along. As you can tell, there's a bunch of oil and debris inside this switch sensor, and it's shot. It's done for. So, pull it over here, and we will match it up to the old one. Now, they are different sizes for some reason, but as long as the end that goes inside the side of the block is the same, it should work just fine. Alright, so they do match up. I still got to clean the connector first, but I'm going to go ahead and pop this bad boy back in. Yes, this one, the old one is longer. That's not going to hurt anything, like I said. As long as the outer diameter male part is the same, it should be fine. Shouldn't have any issues. Alright, so screw this little bad boy back in the hole where she goes. You want to make sure that it threads in all the way by hand before you start cranking it down with the ratchet. And you don't need to over tighten this. Do not, I repeat, do not over tighten this, because you will strip out that threads and you will possibly crack this plastic housing on the sensor itself. So do not do that. Now I know it's kind of hard to see, but I can hold the camera and do this at the same time. I just want to keep going until she gets snug. I'm on the very end. I'm waiting until it gets very tight or snug, and then that should be it. Alright. And you want to make sure that you get the tang on top, so whenever you click, whew, that breath, whenever you go to click this connector back in, that it does so that it's on top and not on the bottom, because it'll be harder in order for you to get this connector back off if you ever need to change it again in the future. So, one thing I want to do to prevent this connector or wiring getting damaged is put a little bit of dielectric grease, which is this stuff right here. It's connector protector, and it avoids electrical failure, locked out moisture, avoid corrosion, all that good stuff. It's good for bulbs, sockets, pigtails, all that good stuff, and all that. So, and it comes out as a clear paste stuff. You just want to put a little bit of that good stuff in there, just like that. That should do her. You want to make sure you get all that in there. That way, if it ever fails again, like I said, in the future, it won't damage that connector. Just plug that bad boy right in there until she clicks like that. And pull the wiring to the side. We'll go ahead and fire the truck up and check for leaks. No keys. Who needs them? Not me. All the lights come on. Wow, I actually have a check gauge light on now. I've never seen that come on before. Alright, so she's at 0. See what she does and check for leaks. No leaks. I don't see nothing squirting out, nothing's happening, so I think she's pretty good. Let's go check the oil pressure. Alright, well, she pretty much does have good oil pressure. It does move a little bit when you give it the gas. I have to check it back whenever it gets to one temperature, but pretty much she's golden. She's pretty much done. Oil pressure's good, and there are no leaks. Alright guys, it's pretty much how you replace your oil pressure switch or oil pressure sealing unit, whichever one you want to call it. It's pretty much fixed, ready to go. No more leaks. Oil pressure reading pretty good. Main thing I would do is one other thing is let the vehicle warm up, drive it around, warm it up, check again, make sure there's no leaks, see what the oil pressure is, then go from there. If there ain't no more leaks, then she's pretty much done. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the bottom. Hit that like button if you like this video. Appreciate it. If you haven't already, smash the crap out of that subscribe button. I make how-to repair videos just about every other day, whenever I can. Thanks for watching. Have a great night wherever you are. Stay tuned for more, y'all.